What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love Creed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about Creed 3. This is my review. I will be giving you guys my thoughts on this movie. We will be talking about spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it. The movie came out this weekend. I seen it a few days ago. I went to an IMAX theater because I wanted to see the movie the way it's supposed to be seen. I know the fight scenes was all shot in IMAX cameras, so I definitely had to make sure I saw it. And you guys have to remember, this channel was a boxing channel before I start talking about TV. And I'm going to try to start talking more about movies for you guys this year. I used to do more in the past, so I'm definitely going to try to step it up this year to give you guys more movie reviews. I definitely want to go see that Big George Foreman movie that's going to be coming out, I think, next month. So I definitely got to see that. But to all you guys that went out and saw Creed 3 this weekend, y'all let me know, how did y'all feel about this film? This was Michael B. Jordan's first time directing a film, and he did a hell of a job. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I mean, if this was his first one, I can't wait to see what he's gonna do next with not just this, this series, but other movies and projects as well. But he definitely did a good job in my opinion. We're going to talk about a lot of different things as far as Rocky not being in Creed, the movie in general, and if I could have been in control, how I would have wanted this movie to go. Just some small little things, but overall it was definitely a good movie. Go check it out if you have not seen it. But let's talk about your boy Sylvester Stallone not being in this movie. We know at the end of Creed 2, they pretty much passed the torch off to Creed, and you can tell that it was pretty much the ending for Rocky, especially how they shot that last scene with him. And Stallone pretty much said after that movie that that was his last film or whatever, with him being in it. But it was more to the story apparently, and apparently it was issues over the rights of this movie, and it seemed like Stallone wanted to have more input on the story. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't not liking how the direction of the movie was going. And I guess a few months back he did talk about how he would love to work with Michael B. Jordan again, and if they, could work on a Creed 4, he just want both of them to work on it. He don't want nobody else involved in it. I know Ryan Coogler and his brother, I believe they, of course, wrote this movie, but it seems like Stallone doesn't want anybody else involved. He wants to have his own input with, of course, the help of Michael B. Jordan, right? Now, I'm a huge Rocky fan. I got all the movies, and Rocky 3 was my favorite movie. And of course, if I could have had it my way, I would have loved to see Rocky in Creed 3. You know what I'm saying? But we know your boy Stallone, he sold the rights to the movie. And since he sold the rights to the movie, him having his input is pretty much out the window, in my opinion. Even though I wanted to see him in it, and I'm going to explain at the end of this video how I would have wanted to see Rocky involved in the film. But even though I wanted to see that, it's understandable that the people that own the rights to the movie, they're going to do what they want to do when it's all said and done. And if you sell the rights to the movie, you got to deal with those consequences. And this is just a prime example of that. And seeing that Stallone, pretty much told us that he was done after Creed 2, I mean, what do you think is going to happen? You know what I'm saying? But like he said, he didn't like the direction of the movie or whatever. It is what it is. But as far as Creed 3, it's definitely a good movie. Your boy Jonathan Majors, hey, that dude was killing it. He was killing his role in this movie. I liked his background story. I mean, his determination once he got, out of prison, and he was just trying to, live his dream out. That dude was a beast back in the day, and he wanted to prove that he still had it and that he can be heavyweight champion of the world. Now, will we ever see something like this in real life? Most likely not. You know what I'm saying? We ain't about to see nobody serve 18 years, get out. Their first fight is a title fight, and then they win the heavyweight title. I mean, that's straight up movie stuff. But then again, it is a movie. But still, I mean, to see Creed's background and what he went through, he's pretty much fighting against himself because he feels so bad on what happened between him and his boy, Damien, right? And once he gets out, he just wants to, look out for him and do good. But we know your boy Damien, he was on one. Like I said, Jonathan Majors, he did a hell of a job playing this role, but they did have some real boxers in this movie like they usually have. Jose Benavidez, he did a great job acting, you know what I'm saying? And he surprised a lot of people showing his acting skills, but Jonathan Majors beat the crap out of him. He destroyed him, and let's just be honest, his character was just like a junkyard dog type of a fighter. He was a dirty fighter. He broke all the rules. If this was real life, he would have been disqualified. He didn't care about the rules. He was elbowing. This dude was hitting below the belt. He didn't care on who saw it. He fought like a junkyard dog with nothing to lose. And I guess he got him the heavyweight title, right? But Jose Benavidez, he did an excellent job playing this role, in my opinion. We saw Terrence Bud Crawford. He was helping train Creed. And once he had Terrence in his corner, I knew it was over. I knew he wasn't losing. You know what I'm saying? He had Terrence Bud Crawford teaching him all types of techniques. He was doing his thing in that training session that they were showing. And he got his motivation back. He got his mind back on track. I mean, to be honest, watching all the Rocky movies and just watching boxing movies in general, you kind of already know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things that I saw in the movie wasn't a big surprise factor for me. I kind of already predicted, especially after just watching the official trailer of the movie, what was going to go down. And once I watched the movie, it was probably about 15 to 20% of the things that I didn't know. And that was Creed's background as far as what happened between him and Damien. And that was pretty much it. His mom passing, I knew that was going to happen just based off the fact that they kept talking about her stroke at the beginning of the movie. They kept going back and forth with it. So I knew eventually that was going to go down with her. But he was pretty much fighting against his past. And even though the movie was predictable, it was still a good movie. We got to see Creed promoting and, retiring from the game. We know he ended up going back in because of Felix got destroyed by Damien. And of course, he took that very, very personal. But the final scene between, or at least the fight between Damien and Creed, they did like a special effects type of a round, I believe, after like round 2 or something like that. And it was like going back and forth. That special effects things was real sweet to me. It was sweet. But I felt like that fight was real short. Usually in the Creed or Rocky movies, we see that final fight, we seen like a longer type of a fight. But to me, it felt like it happened real quick. And then all of a sudden, it was like the final round. I'm like, dang, it's over already? Like, that's it? But we know what ended up happening. Creed wins the fight. And let's just be honest. I mean, Creed would beat this guy easy, in my opinion. They got to make it competitive because it's a movie, but just straight up boxing him would have been all he needed to do. This dude is a dirty fighter. He's a junkyard dog. I mean, he's breaking all the rules. There's no way he will ever win a fight doing the things that he was doing, especially if the rules were being in play. But he ended up bringing that beast mode out of Creed because it was like Creed wasn't really trying to open up for real. He was just waiting or whatever. Like, he was still having that fear and felt bad because of their past. But he was just boxing until his trainer Duke told him, like, look, you need to go ahead and open up and do what you got to do. Fight this man. And that's exactly what he ended up doing. I mean, they was cool after everything. And that's a good thing because maybe we can, see him in other movies or whatever. Like we see other, of Creed's opponents, and they end up helping him train. So we're going to see what they're going to do with that. But as far as, how I would have had this movie be, I'm going to tell you right now, Rocky 3 was my favorite movie. When Creed first started this series, I predicted that, Rocky would die by, Creed 3. I, felt like that was the way he needed to go. So even though Stallone said that he was done after Creed 2, I wanted to see Rocky's death on screen. And that was, what I wanted to see in Creed 3, even though I knew he wasn't going to be in the movie. He's talking about maybe they can, work something out for Creed 4. But I would have had it whereas Rocky would have died this movie, and it could have been kind of, similar to what happened to Mickey in Rocky 3. And that would have motivated Creed to go out there even more to do what he had to do as far as the boxing game. That's what I would have wanted to see. I just wanted to see Rocky's, ending. And he doesn't really have to be in the movie. You still felt his presence and his energy in, watching Creed 3, but he wasn't there. It was times where, he was struggling with things, and I can just see Rocky telling him, like, look, kid, you need to do this, you need to do that. But like I said, don't necessarily need him all throughout the movie, but that closure as far as, Rocky's big death, to me, needed to happen, and that's what I wanted to see. So of course, me being a big Rocky fan, I was kind of missing Stallone, but it wasn't like I needed to see him throughout the whole movie. I just wanted to see that final ending for him. And if he does come back for Creed 4, it needs to be his last film for real. You know what I'm saying? For Stallone to come back out and say he's willing to work with, Michael B. Jordan once again, it shows us that he really does want to, be in these movies, and he's not done yet. But his story has the end. I do agree that the torch getting passed to Creed was necessary, and now we get to see more of his story. I don't know how many more movies they plan to make, but overall, Creed 3 was definitely a good movie, man. Michael B. Jordan did an excellent job, being a director, shooting this movie with those IMAX cameras, at least those fighting scenes, was crazy. I mean, that was a smart idea. I will say this, if you guys go see it in IMAX. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. You get to see how the film is supposed to be seen, and I can't wait to see what's next. Y'all let me know, what do y'all think about Creed 3? I know it was some people upset because Rocky was not in it. And if you're a big fan of Rocky, it's going to be kind of different not seeing Stallone in the movie. It's going to feel completely different, but Adonis's background story, it still made the movie good. You know what I'm saying? It didn't disappoint me, but y'all know people were still pissed off. Some people said they ain't even going to see it at all. I know they was promoting the movie, like on Instagram, you would see like promos, and they was using like a lot of like Rocky's theme music and stuff like that. People were saying like, don't use this music if he's not going to be in it. And when you're watching the movie, you really don't even hear any type of Rocky themes. I know at the end of the movie, they kind of like remix like a theme in there of the original Rocky into the Creed 3. But to be honest, they took a lot of the Rocky's, original music that we normally hear out. And it's more of like a lot of new stuff or whatever. So they definitely switched it up. But I do understand people being upset, especially seeing that Sylvester Stallone, he created this movie. But as I told you guys earlier, this man sold the rights to the movie. So even if he did wanted to have some input on how he wants this movie to go, he doesn't really, have that power to do that anymore. Regardless of how he thinks or us fans thinks. It is what it is. It's business. Hopefully they can work something out and we can see one last, movie with Rocky in it as far as this whole Creed series. And as I told y'all, if that's going to be the case, he might as well just die. They need to go ahead and just get that out and get it over with. But like I told y'all, I will continue to do more movie reviews for you guys this year. So stay tuned for the content. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.